Death Watch.
Okay, so I believe we had left off last time. You guys had dispatched the kidnappers. You kept one alive, and the daughter, Sabina, is unconscious.
Yeah, I told Rafe and Falk to take her back to the inn.
I apologize. Sabira is her name.
Well, it's too late now.
Never mind then. Let's go back.
Yeah. She got so messed up from the poison that she changed her name.
She was poisoned?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Adina had found.
The blight poison?
Oh, yeah. The blight
poison. You guys searched them, right?
Right, and we found some poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how we know it's blight poison.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was 2 vials, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And they go for 1,000 gold crowns, right?
Just to anybody.
Yeah.
Not even a merchant.
You can do an appraise if you want, or I guess probably better if Rafe does the appraise.
You think that could be one of my pretend good skills?
Yeah.
Well, we were dismissed, so we are dutifully returning to the
It
inn.
obviously needs to be given to the authorities, not sold to be used by somebody. I mean, it's blight poison.
It needs to be disposed of.
You know that it is quite expensive.
Right.
Even sold in the borderlands amongst dark friends.
Exactly. I'll drink it.
It's a way to get a good night's sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys were going to take this guy back to the inn or to the authorities?
I'm going to wake him up, and we're going to ask him questions.
Oh, that's right.
And then Cho'Gath is probably going to kill him.
Okay. And you want to
If
do
he
this
wants.
back at the inn?
No.
No, we're in a
here.
dark alley. Let's do it here.
Okay.
That's why they're getting sent back, is that way they don't see me wake this guy up.
Okay. So were you two going to take the innkeeper's daughter back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can also always choose to start booking my authority right now.
Well, she's a pretty girl that we're helping. I don't see any reason to...
Yeah, I think that was put forward as a...
as one of the reasons.
Yeah, imagine the praise that will be heaped on you.
Yeah.
Even though
Okay.
I basically did it all myself.
So
Yeah.
we'll start with Cho'Gath and Adina, and then we'll move on to you guys' return of the innkeeper's daughter. So go ahead and...
Yeah, he's awake for 10 minutes. I'll touch his forehead and remove the subdual damage.
Okay. So he, his eyes open, and he looks around, but he doesn't say anything.
Guess diplomacy, maybe? I'm trying to get him to willingly talk about who he's working for. You know, who are you working for? Why'd you kidnap the girl?
Okay.
26.
Is there something that you could have me roll to see if I could recognize his accent when he does talk?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me grab a character sheet.
Like
Knowledge,
intelligence,
geography,
or
maybe?
geography.
Yeah, I would say geography.
Local.
So, what did you get on your diplomacy?
26.
6. And you had asked him specifically who hired him and what else, where he was going?
No, like, why'd he take the girl?
But
But I'd probably also be asking that as well.
So he responds that a girl like her is worth quite a bit.
I rolled a 24 on my geography.
Okay, you can tell that he's local.
Okay.
He's from Eridoman.
Okay.
Sense motive on when he's talking.
Okay.
26.
Yeah, he does seem genuine in the fact that he's telling the truth about.
He's just doing it for money.
Yeah.
You have blight poison on you. I think that pegs you as a dark friend, sir.
I'll draw my sword. No, I mean it.
So, are you? Have you guys restrained this guy at all?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, he's just there's that invisible wall behind.
No, there isn't right now.
Okay.
Well,
I had to drop that.
he thinks anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't have anything on me to restrain him.
So when you draw your sword, he's going to throw himself onto it or attempt to.
Can I attempt to arms the arrow? Like reaction or reflex or something?
Yeah, go ahead and
16.
So your reaction is just a hair too slow. Trying to think of how this would go.
Well, depending on how much damage gets done to him, I always bring him back.
What would you guys think that would be for? And he's trying to just kind of finish the job on Cho'Gath's sword, which is out.
Probably be impossible in the D20 system.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just something you'd have to adjudicate.
Okay.
No, I mean, I don't think it would be possible if I didn't want him to. Like it's not like I don't have control over my arm and am forced to hold it still while he imposes himself.
I'll give you a reflex to try and get it out of the way.
Okay.
I'd say base damage, though. Just the weapon damage.
13.
Okay. So yeah, it's, the reaction is the same. What's your base damage?
1d8.
1d8.
Want me to roll it? I'll use Dark One's own look if I get too high. Actually, I don't
Let's
have it.
see.
I used it. But now I know for a fact he's a Dark One.
Should have just had him swallow his tongue.
Have you ever tried to do that?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I've never been able to do it.
No, never. I don't even know how to begin.
I asked my doctor if it was possible, but he said it wasn't.
Well,
But I think he thought that I was asking if he could swallow the whole thing down.
here's a fact most people don't know about doctors. They only take like 2 hours in the entire med school to learn about
The
tongue swallowing.
Tongue swallowing.
So he
Take
successfully
much longer than that.
lunges forward and puts himself onto your sword.
Okay.
You can...
Yeah. Is he like knocked out?
Yeah.
I'll try to heal him and wake him back up.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this time I won't let him up.
Okay.
There's the
I'm going
stand.
to try and restrain him. Like put your arms on him and
Put my boot on his face.
Let's see.
Okay.
We'll go
stack the corpses of his friends on top of his chest so that he can't.
When you get back to Cho'Gath,
11 hit points back.
I'll helpfully tell you, well, why didn't you just use these manacles that I had?
Or this 50 foot of silken rope.
Right.
And this time I'll arms of, well, I guess if you got your boot on him, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that bring him to immediately?
It converts it to subdual, so then I would, at which he has 10 minutes immunity from. So yeah, it would wake him up immediately.
Okay, so you remove him from your sword, and he wakes back up and looks around again, and he just groans. He's like, "Oh,
We can do this all night. I have no problem just inflicting horrible amounts of pain upon you, dark friend.
So, his response, and it's not really, it's not really directed to you. It's just more like him saying it. Is that the Lady of the Shadow does not forgive, and he won't say anything else.
You want to try to beat it out of him, or
Yeah. Yeah, I'll kick him a few times.
Okay.
which would be subdual damage,
Right.
which he's immune to for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's
Speak, dark friends.
you can tell that it causes him pain, but he's not able to respond.
All right. Well, who's the Lady of the Shadow? That's what I ask him.
He doesn't respond to that either.
Fine. Let's just turn him over to the authorities.
Is that a name that anybody with particular knowledge
Maybe
might
a
key
history.
onto?
You can
Age
do
of Legends one.
an Age of yeah.
Oh wait, never mind. I made that up.
It'd be like history.
Isn't there?
Yeah,
There's an Age
history.
of Legends knowledge.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a knowledge Age of Legends.
It's the top one.
I'll allow history as well.
23.
Okay. So, you have heard that, you've read that throughout the histories, some of the dreadlords and for the female Forsaken have been referred to as the Lady of the Shadows. A couple in particular. The one that comes to mind first would be Grendel, though.
All right. So I guess I'll kind of like lean close to Cho'Gath's ear and kind of like whisper to him, like, he thinks he's working for Grendel, one of the Forsaken.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you want to do with him? Let's just take him back to the inn.
I don't think that we can really hand him over to the authorities.
Why not? He's a dark friend. At very least, he's a kidnapper.
I think we just need to kill him.
Oh,
Is what I'm saying. I don't think if the Forsaken's in this town, she probably controls
the
city.
Forsaken and the Dark One are bound in Sheol, bound
At
at
the
the beginning of time by the Creator. That's what I say.
But
I'll
we
just
still
recite
saw the Dragon Reborn fight the Dark One in the sky above Lame.
it. Well, that's true. Okay, I'll chop his head off.
Okay.
Well, he's a dark friend.
Easily persuaded.
He's completely unresisting, so you can treat it as a coup de grace if you'd like.
Right.
Use your lance and charge him.
Stand right there, dark friend.
On foot. Da-da-da-da. What stupid dice? 15 damage.
Okay, that takes care of him.
I was real worried for a second there.
He wakes up. My head's not removed.
You guys
Yeah.
saved him to kill him.
Well, that's usually how questioning goes with our groups anyway.
I just want to see what he had to say.
Yeah. And I honestly don't think that we could keep like a dark friend of that, working for anyone of that level bound for long. He'd probably talk and then get killed anyway.
He was trying to get killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically did him a favor.
It's true.
It's like, now you owe me.
Don't forget.
I mean, what are you supposed to do with him?
Falk and
I wasn't-
Rafe.
I was just saying it was funny the
Don't
way it
you
worked
judge
out.
me. It says lawful good on my character sheet.
So you guys return to the inn with Sabira, who is still unconscious.
Okay.
When you get back to the inn, Teresa's up, and quite a few of the guests are awake as well. The innkeeper is almost hysterical when you return.
I'll deliver that she's going to be okay in the worst way possible. That she was poisoned by something from the blight and taken by dark friends. Probable dark friends.
Who else would want to kidnap a young woman?
But she'll pull
Guaranteed
through.
dark friend.
Other than just standard kidnappers and rapists.
So as you
This world,
return,
those are only dark friends.
That's true.
Therese leaps to her feet and rushes over, urging you to set Sabira down in the common room there, and so that she can check over. She's kind of mixed between tears and thanking you guys for rescuing her. This lasts for some time, but she eventually has some couple stable hands come over and take Sabira to her rooms.
Carry her to her room.
Okay, yeah. If you offer, she will allow you. She also requests that she be allowed to reward you guys.
Oh,
So
I'll say
she'll give you a total of 100 marks for the group if you choose, but
Keep your peasant money.
This is all your daughter's worth to you.
but you take this back if you convert it into 10 gold crowns. We'll take it. Yeah. We don't deal.
She tells Falk that. So she tells you that it would be probably be for the best if your group left town as quickly as possible.
Why?
You would come in. Leave town as quickly as possible so that no one retaliates. Right. She says that you guys had come in asking about a certain lady. She had spoken with her. She says, I had spoken with my sister's husband. He's a hostler and keeps his stock on the northern road. He says that he sold a lady and her companion 2 fine pacers and a pack mule about 2 mornings before you had arrived. As they headed north, is what he says. He says that nothing really exists that way for a lady. Nothing except 800 miles of travel to Saldea. It's all but impassable with the winter coming on.
I think our plans were to leave tomorrow anyway in pursuit of these ladies.
Or this morning, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose it would be in a few hours once we get a little bit of sleep.
Okay. She says that she'll make sure that you guys have that your horses are ready. So you know that it is quite far, and it's 800 miles to Saldea. There's small towns in between, but not a whole lot. And
where could we get provisions for the journey, or could you arrange?
You can she can arrange for it. You can also gather them on your own in town. There are a few refugees here, so prices aren't what they should be.
Suggesting we eat the refugees, John? That's absurd.
But
Can we just do like a 1 game session and turn around from being good people to
Eating refugees.
murderers and refugees?
you also know
This is lawful good on my character sheet. I can do whatever I want.
Well, we have to bring balance after our soup kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you guys also know from the innkeep that with winter coming on, it is going to be extremely cold going north.
Yeah, well, I'll say we'll draft a list if you could arrange that for us,
Okay.
or have somebody arrange it, and be sure to include pears, fresh pears.
Fresh pears. Okay.
Where did that request come from?
So you guys will have about 40 days total of travel that you'll need to prepare for. Everything that you get here is at 1.5 times the cost.
Okay. Well, we should have the, was it 100 marks that we could just use that money for?
Well, you denied it. I won't argue with you if you're more forceful about that.
Well, I was just going to say,
Keep the
we
money,
really
but if
don't
you
need
could-
anything.
Oh, you're handing it to me anyway? I won't. I look bad if I...
Kind of. Maybe in exchange, instead of the 100 silver marks, just help us get the supplies that we need for the journey.
Okay. Do you want her to use that towards some of the supplies?
That was kind of what I was thinking.
Okay. So yeah, whatever supplies you guys gather, so it'll be at 1.5 times the cost. Deduct the 100 marks before you start using your money. Then.
Okay.
Okay.
So we should probably get some like cold
So
weather
we've
gear.
got 40 days of travel.
Yeah, you have 40 days of travel, and
And is it all straight? There's no stops on the way?
there are some small towns, but they're not as frequent as some of the southern lands.
Okay.
And you also know from experience that it's going to be very, very bitterly cold soon.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, I will make sure to have 40 days worth of feed for our horses and mule.
Some cold weather outfits.
Yeah. Well, what I've probably told you guys so many times, you're sick of hearing it. I have a cloak that was probably made by the One Power that keeps me warm no matter how cold it gets.
That's true. He seems comfortable in every type of weather.
No fair.
It's probably,
I would even go as far as to say that some would kill for that cloak.
I'd love for him to try.
Give me the cloak. It is
You
mine.
just let him try.
He has the names of all the people that have tried sewn into the inside of it.
Has their faces.
Yeah.
Forget names.
He skinned them, and then just hung them up. So it's like a wall of trophies.
Their whispering breath on his back is what keeps him
Warm.
warm. Yeah.
Or cool.
Or cool.
When you leveled up last time, did you want to try and learn any new
for all of our
weaves?
horses, and an extra one would only be 12 marks.
For the 40 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll cover
Well,
it.
Probably.
How much is that?
Oh, you're taking it out of
Weight wise, do we have the
reward?
space?
Well, that's what I was thinking. We get like another pack animal, like a mule or something to carry.
Cart? Or is that too slow?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would come out to
18.
40,
So it would be
50 pounds.
if it's one of the ones that
Yeah. If we had a
Sheena
mule or
said he
something like
had,
that, then-
Well, we'd have a mule.
we have a mule, so
had shown you,
can
then it
easily
would be
carry
concentration
Oh, wait, no, I did
10
the
plus
math
the
wrong.
weave level plus your caster level.
It's 10 pounds per
Alright.
day
I'm not really seeing too
per
much.
animal. So
Here,
500
let's go up to
pounds.
elementalism.
yeah, we would need like a cart.
Yeah, or we could get another mule.
Or you can try for a random one.
A small cart costs 15
you
marks.
wanna do a random
and carries a half a ton. We could
Just
hook,
roll the
hook
dice
up the mule
anyway.
to it.
Yeah, sure. Let's try a random one, John.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get a cart to hook up to the mule.
Okay.
A small cart.
All right, so same
So
thing.
that takes us up to
Concentration plus weave level.
So what slot do you
marks.
want to use?
All right, and then food for us.
I don't know what you mean by that.
What level of weave
5
do you
cold
want to
weather outfits
cast?
too.
I already have one.
Well,
Do I have?
I guess I can cast up the third, so I'll use one of those.
A third?
We'll
Okay.
need one for
Go ahead and roll a percentile.
Yeah, I don't have one. I have a
64.
pencil.
And
have
how
a
many
cold weather
elements
outfit?
do you want to put into this?
What?
Do you have a cold weather outfit?
Because you could choose 1, 2, what would it be, 5?
3.
3 of them? Okay, roll 2 more percentiles.
89 and 56.
Then we'll need 200 rations.
200 pounds.
Yeah, 200 rations at 5 silver pennies apiece.
But they're 1.5 times higher here.
Reroll one of your
150
percentiles.
silver marks with the increase. So
2.
Suppose we should bring. Well, that's probably good. That's the basics right there.
yeah. Don't they have like some warm blankets and? I thought there was something in there for that.
Yeah, they do. So everybody has bedrolls, right? They have a winter blanket
Yeah,
for 5 silver pennies.
let's get a few of those. Get 6 of those. That's 3.
I do have a winter blanket, though.
I think I'm going to need to get warm. No, looks like I might have cold weather gear. Yeah.
And then just in
That or
case, do we want to
just
get
carry cold weather in my pocket.
a few things of firewood?
Yeah, I was going to say that. We might not always be able to get our own firewood.
1 copper, so we could get enough of that for...
Yeah, because we have the cart, so we can pack it in.
Yeah.
It's not like in real life where it takes up space. It just takes up weight.
Although for whatever reason, all the containers in this do list the cubic.
Oh, do they?
feet
It's just
space.
D&D that they don't care about it.
It might do it in D&D as well. But it's just you get to a certain point and you know, as the GM, you're not going to have time to enforce it, and then the players aren't going to.
Yeah, for the most part, as long as they're counting ammo and spell
Right,
slots.
that's pretty much all you need to do. Unless you're
Unless that's the whole
specifically,
point.
yeah.
Which I guess we're currently wading into, I
Right.
guess. Yeah.
But I think with a cart, although firewood,
Yeah, like you
Does
could
take up
probably
space.
load too many cords on, like maybe even not a cord of wood,
Yeah.
and have much room left over. So, yeah, I don't think we would be even able to fit a cord on there, right? Was it 4x4?
I don't know. I can't.
Which, what is it? Talent?
Talents, healing,
It's a two-wheeled
elementalism,
vehicle driven by
warding.
a
Which one would you
single
like to
beast of
attempt
burden.
to cast from?
Comes
I'll go
with
elementalism.
Elementalism? Okay.
Doesn't give its cubic whatever. Anyway, let's get a barrel of ale to take with us.
Oh, that's cold weather survival.
Yeah.
Whiskey would be better space-wise.
Let's see.
I guess they wouldn't have whiskey.
Spirits.
Spirits.
Just distilled something.
Brandy.
All I see is a gallon of ale.
Well, you're going to just have to have enough gallons to equal a barrel.
That's like one night.
So you use fire, air, and earth in your weave. At the beginning, it seems like it's shaping into something, but as you add the earth, it falls apart. So for that one, you guys will have time on the ship. If you'd like to,
Ship?
from the before
Oh,
on
okay, I see
your
what
travel
you're
here. So that would have used a slot, a level 3 slot for that day. But as we'll kind of go a little retroactive on this, if you'd like to, you can attempt 3 more days of travel.
Want any pizza, buddy?
You want to do it after the game session?
It's right there.
We'll just roll it out real quick.
Yeah, as I say, if we have time while they're gathering stuff, you can do it as well.
Want some or not?
As if you want to get
Doing me a favor, buddy.
no, yeah, we'll have to keep it as the elemental.
Well, if I could aim for one, I'd like to learn. Oh, what is it? Because we wanted to catch up, so I'd probably try to see if I could learn something from cloud dancing.
Okay.
And see what we got here.
So if you have something in mind, then I'll have you roll your percentile to see if you can figure out the correct element that you need.
Yeah, try to go for like harness the wind or something. If that's, I think
Okay.
that's the only one that would have pertained to our trip there. 29.
Okay. And the next element
It's wind.
is well, I'm sorry, it has two elements to it, so I'll need 2 rolls.
Okay, I saw water. 57.
Nice. Okay. And you're gonna try what level of weave?
0.
0? Okay.
Don't need to go too hard. I can't go too hard. I can only go to a 1.
Okay. So the second day, you create a puff of air
Nice.
as you hit the very edge of those elements. So
Wait a second.
congratulations.
I already got that.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Oh, if you know it, then you can just do your the concentration plus the weave level plus your caster level. So what would that be, like 15?
Why would I do that if I already have Harness the Wind?
Oh, you already actually know it?
Yeah, I already
it just wasn't one that
actually
she
know it.
showed? Okay.
No, it. It's
well,
right now it's getting to be a jumble on the weaves.
Let's see.
Do I have Warmth?
Do you know Raise Fog?
I
Sorry, that would be too high.
I
Or
learned that
Foretell
one
Weather.
from. I learned that from Raise Fog. I learned from the chick.
Sheena?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. Do you have the Foretell Weather?
I don't think so. No.
So that uses the same element and is castable at a level 0.
All right.
So if you'd like to, you can do that instead.
I will.
Okay. So, interestingly enough, you get a sense that it should be fairly calm, but there's wind where it doesn't feel like it should be. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll be able to tell the weather up to 2 weeks. So, I think I'll use that. Avoid any snowstorms on our way to Seldia.
So for everything after the 100 marks that she was going to give us, we would need 150 silver marks and 5 silver pieces.
Okay.
And that will give us all the rations, feed for our horses, emergency firewood, and a cart to pull it all in.
10.5 gold crowns.
Yeah.
All right, I can supply 10 gold crowns, but I don't work in lesser forms of currency.
Was the innkeeper
already
able
reached
to
that point.
find pears?
You want to gather
Where would
information?
pears be from the Wheel
I
of
don't even
Time?
know where they grow in the real world.
Well, maybe like Andor? Is that about the right climate for it?
No, anywhere where it's not crazy.
Let's see. Do you want high or low on the percent? We'll give you a
low in my
30% chance. You want low?
Yeah.
A 6. So yes,
Okay.
they're able to find pears. There's a whole crate of pears.
Let's see. I think you were kind of right. In general, pear trees thrive in cold and wet climate where the winter is cold along with a cool summer.
Okay.
It is estimated that the popular pear varieties need about 400 to 800 hours of cold exposure to temperatures below 45 Fahrenheit.
So
Oh, yeah.
probably Domani or Saldea.
Sildea might get a little too cold, depends on how... but yeah, so like somewhere around just maybe north of the borderlands.
Okay.
Yeah. This area might actually
Yeah.
be perfect for it.
Might be a
So-
chief export.
Yeah.
The
As
more you know.
You can find a crate to take with you if you'd like.
Well, I'll explain to Falk that when you're a lord, you're
ready,
expected to have oddities.
Okay. So you guys have gotten your provisions, and it takes you another full day before you're ready to set out. Did everybody get winter clothing?
Yeah, we got winter clothing, winter blankets,
You got winter clothing for deal 2?
of course.
Okay.
Starting to become a millstone.
Around mine.
So in the morning, you guys will be ready to set out. So as you set out, we'll kind of take it a week at a time here because it'll take you almost a month, or will take you a month to get all the way to Saldea. The first part is pretty populated, lots of farmland right outside. It's pretty easy to find inns that you can stay in for the night. And if you guys would like to, you could do gather information checks for any information on the women that you are following. Adina
14.
and Cho'Gath
16.
and Falk
I'm going to abstain.
Trying to take my job.
and Rafe.
19.
Okay. So all of you can easily find information. Say that Adina finds some information the first day, and then a couple days later, Cho'Gath, you'll get some, and then towards the end of the week, Rafe. But you guys know that you're on the right track. The information that's pretty consistent is that they're about 3 days ahead of you now. When you ask around at the inns for the night.
So, Rafe, by the time we get there, your horse will be a war horse.
Nice. Thank you.
The cold weather itself is uncomfortable for anybody who isn't prepared, but it does make you change into that cold weather gear. As you progress, it's steadily getting colder.
Should have got a tent. Did we get tents?
Well,
If you want to, you can
we've got 2
find
or 3
additional supplies within this first week.
Yeah, I'll probably get a tent.
Okay.
I'll teach Rafe how to set it up.
As you get a little bit further out, prices are steadying out, so it'll be at 1 1/4 cost for the tent.
All right. I'm also going to... I can do it up to 2 weeks. So I'll foretell weather at the start of the first week, which will cover 2, and then
How
start
much
the
was your
third.
share of the stuff? Oh, Adina took care of most of it, and then between the innkeeper and the rest was already taken care of. Okay.
So the first week, you can tell that it will be chilly, but no adverse weather.
For the most part, I'm just looking out for if we're going to have a severe snowstorm type of thing, so we can get out of it in time. Because I don't want to be living in a makeshift igloo.
So
I wasn't at one point.
no storms for the first 2 weeks that you can tell. So, other than the common room conversation, nothing really interesting happens for the first week. The second week, as you guys progress, the weather has become very bitterly cold.
Polar vortex.
You have the track. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do that. Anybody with a track or wilderness lore can roll those as you guys are traveling.
18.
Okay, so as you're continuing on in the second week, you're noticing campsite that is pretty consistent in how it's set up, but it looks like it's a few days old when you're getting to them.
Okay. Do we want to try and push ourselves a little bit harder, see if we make some extra time?
I don't see why not. Yeah.
If it's a 20-day trip, then we might be able to.
Just another hour or 2 forced march
Yeah.
each day.
Yeah. An extra hour or so each day would be enough to maybe catch them by the time we get there.
Yeah, just keep track of the subdual, and if I need to do that, what is it called?
One powerize the
Yeah.
horses.
Whatever not rending them is.
What was it you called it? The magic carrots?
Yeah. Well, I told you it was.
Yeah. I don't think we need to push quite that hard for this extended duration, but yeah, it'll take 3 weeks to finish training your horse. But
Then I'll be able to ride him into battle.
Yep.
Nice.
You won't be quite as skittish anymore. I always kind of wondered what that training would be. Am I just walking around and banging the sword against the shield?
Always
and,
surprising him.
yeah, jumping out of bushes and
It could be.
Well, you're also training them to attack too.
So the 13th day of travel, as you guys are setting up camp, are you guys keeping any type of watch at all?
Well, we've just been
assume so.
along the road, right?
You have you're near. You guys are drawing ever closer towards the blight and the borderlands.
Have we entered Saldaia?
So You guys are in what's called the what is that? The disputed lands. It's between Eridomen and Saldea. As it doesn't really belong to either, but they both think it belongs to them.
But distant enough that neither of them send forces or tax collectors.
Yeah. As you'll be in this area for the second and third week. So the beginning of the fourth week is when you'll actually enter Saldea.
Right. Well, once we reach there, I would recommend to watch because it's the borderlands.
Okay. So as you guys are setting up, what do you want your watch order to be?
Well, I would take the first watch. No, I would take the last watch.
I'll take first. Gives me enough time to sleep.
Second or third, Rock?
I guess I'll go second.
Okay, I'll take third.
Those are the watches that'll run us ragged by the end of the journey.
Dill is going to... he wants to be on third watch with Falk.
Okay.
He says that it's his duty to protect the camp as well. So
I could suggest that he take watch with Adina at first watch, and
he wants to have you teach him
Track.
how to get better, with tracking
okay,
and scouting things.
yeah.
All Adina ever does is sit on her bottom.
Yeah, and all he ever does is look at her. So during the first, before even the first watch, as you guys are setting up, go ahead and do listen and spot checks.
Seriously, just looking at the map, there's so much of this world that you just never really went into.
Yeah. Well, it kind of allows you towards like the end of the book to just encounter a village that just pops up, needs to be there.
Like, there are islands on here that he never really even mentions.
Yeah, and he said at one point that he had no intention to.
It's not about the world. It's about the...
Yeah, well, he had a talent for making you wonder
Yeah.
a lot.
Well,
What could be.
Like Travis brought up that good point, which is that like even the narration of a bunch of this stuff is so like foibled and messed up where like Aes Sedai believed that Aes Sedai could fly, but the Forsaken never mentioned anything about them just using the power to fly. Right? So they don't even know what's going on. So how much have they lost? How much have they gained?
Mm-hmm.
The Forsaken are pretty closed-mouthed.
That's really good at
Adina, what is your spot and listen?
Listen spot is 1620.
Okay, and Cho'Gath?
Listen 15, spot 10.
Okay, Falk.
Listen 21, spot 24.
And Rafe.
20 and 22.
All right, so everybody hears them. Everybody but Cho'Gath sees them. What you see is that it's fairly flat land out here. There's not a lot of features, but you see hunkered down what you guys recognize as a group of Trollocs who are trying to stay low and sneak up on you. You hear them, but you can't quite pinpoint exactly where they are.
You probably smell them.
I will be able to soon enough.
So
Don't need a prestige class to smell
they won't get any type of surprise round on you guys, but we'll go ahead and do initiative.
Can we get a surprise round on that?
No, they're aware of you.
Well, what if we bluff
You can try.
until they get
Now let's
close?
all turn around.
Bluff?
Whistle.
Are we going to?
I don't know if we can coordinate that well in game.
Well, come on. It's like all in the eye wiggles.
Right.
When did this happen?
This is while you guys are setting up camp on the 13th day.
Okay.
The 13th day.
And how far out are they?
They're about 80 feet away.
Okay.
Adina
7.
and Cho'Gath,
20.
Falk,
12.
and Rafe.
9.
All right, so Cho'Gath, you go first. You guys do have free actions as well.
Right. So with mine will be I hear Trollocs.
Okay.
That's
I
a
see
free.
Trollocs.
I will allow
be
another
Trollocs.
spot.
No, it's okay.
If you want.
I don't have it because I want to use my action to go get onto my horse.
Okay. So you go mount.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, he wants to ride his horse.
but I will. Yeah. But I will shout. I hear Trollocs.
Okay. So Dill will go over and grab his bow from his horse.
Has he ever seen Trollocs with us yet?
No,
No,
he hasn't.
I still doesn't even believe in him. He will
Yeah,
now.
If you're his mentor, he probably, at the very least, is
Yeah,
not wanting to
he's
call you
just
a liar.
taking following your lead at this point. He doesn't see or hear them at all.
Dude, some of them are 11 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like trolls.
They're freaky, but they're like a low-level monster, I guess.
Well, they're variable level monsters.
I guess you can advance them a bit.
Because don't they have class levels? Or is it only fades?
Falk.
I think it's just fate.
I will also get on my horse and say, yeah, they're, and I guess we'd be moving in about the same direction at the same time.
Yeah.
So when he says, I hear Trollocs, I'll say, yeah, they're about 80 feet out in that direction.
Yes. So when he points them out, it's pretty easy to make them out.
Okay.
They're not being very
So
stealthy.
how many fists do we have descending on us?
You can only see 3.
Okay.
3 fists.
No, 3 total
300
Trollocs.
Perfect.
I want
Should be
level
enough
6
for us.
by the time we're done.
Do a knowledge. What would that be? Blight? Borderlands? Geography? Whatever it is. Blight. Let's say, yeah.
Is this for their clan
19.
or whatever?
So you know that this close to the Borderlands, winter is a huge time for raiding.
Right.
Most of the time, you'll find them in smaller groups, especially when they start to get hungry. I mean, they'll wander off from the larger group looking for food. Let's see. Wasn't there some type of bonus you get for having a knowledge, or being from the Borderlands against Trollocs?
I do have Shadow Spawn Hunter. It's +1 to attack rolls and improve critical
Ah, okay.
against Trollocs.
Okay. So, Rafe.
So I'll go fetch my bow, and depending on where you think I left it, I'll take a shot.
I would say that it would be by the horses, I'd guess.
Yeah, you said it was the beginning of the first watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So you can, move and then pick it up would be
Yeah.
your, okay. So the Trollocs, still haven't broken from cover yet. They don't move from where they're at this turn. Adina.
Embrace the source.
Okay. And then
You're
back
about
to
to say
Falk.
Seasay,
Or sorry,
right?
Cho'Gath.
I'll seize the source. I usually.
So yeah, I'll set my lance in charge.
Okay.
You got red by attack, didn't you?
No, I had to take. I didn't get a feat at level 5.
So as you get close to them, they had delayed when they saw you guys.
Okay.
So the one that you are attacking will swing at you with his scythe sword
Do they have reach?
of a 10-foot.
Okay.
Yeah, they're large. Right?
That's right.
It's probably why most of us saw them too, is because they get like a -4 to hide.
True.
Does a 22 hit?
No.
Okay. So he swings and you duck to the side as it swooshes past your head. And go ahead with your charge.
22.
That's a hit.
Myrtlate them.
14 damage.
Okay, so that takes out that one.
Okay.
So Cho'Gath rides up, ducks to the side on a swing, and then rights himself in time to thrust his lance right through the chest of the Trolloc. Gives out a cry.
What kind of head does he got?
This is an eagle head Trolloc.
Yeah, I hate those things.
That's why you killed it.
Yeah, have bird head Trolloc.
All right, Deal is going to shoot at another Trolloc. So he hits for 6 damages. Okay. Let's see. Falk.
I'll take the Trolloc on the other side. I guess the 3 would be kind of in a row, and
Yeah.
I'll take the one on the opposite side of Cho'Gath.
Okay, so he's going to use his delayed 18.
That's a hit.
Sky's sword. Be careful, Justin.
Yeah. Not much that can be done.
Catch it with your teeth.
Next level, I can start trying that. But
It's 9 damage.
at least with the lance, he doesn't also get an attack of opportunity.
I'm sorry, 16. With a 16, they have a light sensitivity. It's a -2.
Oh, then no.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the I'm sorry, Rafe.
Do I get to attack?
Yeah.
Or yeah, fuck, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's kind of the when you said Falk.
Does a,
I'm sorry. It's kind of like a swear.
28 hit.
28 is a hit.
Okay.
So edit his name from now on.
Yeah, anytime we cuss, we should just replace it with Falk.
Or Falking.
15 damage.
Falks.
All right, so that drops that one.
We got our Borderlander heavy horse.
And then, so there's one left there who's going to 5 foot over and take a swing at, let's see, Falk. So a 14, so miss.
Okay. Twirling horse bonus wins again.
Rafe,
I'll take a shot at there's one
one remaining.
remaining.
This is the same one that Dill had shot at as well.
And he just engaged Falk.
Yeah, but he is 10 feet away because
Okay.
he's got reach with his sword.
Oh, so
So
does that
he's-
still count as melee?
No, I think they
It's
have to be
engaged.
within that. Was it? Would it
Yeah.
be? Okay.
Okay, so -4.
Of course, this is all part of the chant, the long chant.
That's true.
So-
It could be corrupted through the ages. 15. That's what
That's
I
a hit.
I didn't expect to. 1.
1 damage.
I shot my club at him.
So it's some dual damage.
And Adina,
They're 50 feet away? 80 feet?
80 feet.
I'll move 30 feet up, and then I'll cast Rend on the one that's living.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is it a will save?
It says fort for half.
For half. 7. Really would have thought that would have worked. What's the damage?
25.
Nice. So I'll let you describe that one. He had 13 hit points left.
Rafe's arrow hits it, and it just kind of folds into itself like a mushy bag of Trolloc skin.
So yeah, you are engaged with this one. It just swung at you, and you see an arrow come in, and the arrow just
You see that?
had hit it
So I rolled to
like
see if something was suspicious.
into the. It hit his shoulder, but it didn't like pierce in. And then like a sad sack of leaves in autumn, it just and folds in and drops.
I'm immediately going to turn and look at Adina.
Okay.
Composure. 25.
Okay.
Are you aware?
What would it be? Would it be a...
I would say it would be a sense motive. Or,
I like sense motive.
sense motive, I think would be the best.
I can't get that high on a sense motive.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'll just arch an eyebrow at you when you look at me.
Okay.
Dill's overjoyed at that amazing shot and asks you if you could teach him how to do that.
Of course, my boy.
So his
Tell me
watch
about
is
how
gonna
you knock the
change. He's now gonna take the second watch with Rafe.
What's his attack bonus when he's shooting the bones?
It's a 7.
Yeah. He'll be
It's higher than
teaching
yours.
me.
Well, you'll teach him, and then he'll be like, but I always do it like this.
Yeah.
No. So give him a
It's because of this
temporary
shot.
-2 to his attack.
But you get a temporary +2 because you'll start aping his style.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, pretty easy to dispatch these. Let's see.
Cho'Gath.
Ignored.
Yes.
And you can gather from the knowledge that Cho'Gath has that these are probably part of a larger raiding party that had wandered off to find some food.
Cho'Gath, should we track these to their source?
No, they're bound to be all over the countryside at this time of the
We
year.
maintain a fire.
Yeah, and a watch.
We should. Okay.
Okay. So, I'll have you guys do spot and listens on tonight's watch. So, Adina, you'll be first.
That's kind of cool. Taking my dog out for a walk this morning, right in the fresh snow. Because you could actually see like different animal tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've got skunks and squirrels and rabbits and stuff in my neighborhood, and you could just point.
Okay, what is your spot?
Hypothetical, John. Listen, 19, spot 11.
Okay. And okay, so your first watch there, you don't hear, but you do see off in the distance, man-shaped, shadowy figure, or well, shadowy. Sorry, he's in the shadows though. You can't make out any details to him because of the poor lighting, but you can't quite tell what they're doing, but they're over by where you guys had killed those Trollocs.
I don't like that, but
Is it a fade?
maybe it's just other troll locks. I think I'll wake Cho'Gath and tell him that I'm seeing.
There was that Ashaman that his madness was he saw fades everywhere.
So, about an hour after you had gone to sleep, Adina wakes you,
Okay.
telling you that she sees something.
Shadows over by where we killed the Trollocs.
Oh, okay. I'll go take a look.
Okay. Do a spot and listen.
Spot is 23. And listen is 23.
Okay, so you'll see and hear as you approach. So as you guys, are you guys going to go on foot or horse?
On foot, I'm just going to look from camp.
Okay.
To see what I
Oh,
see.
you're not gonna. Or you said you're going to walk up there, right?
No, I'm going to look from
look.
camp. To
So
see what
you
it
see
looks
the
like to
same
me.
thing. You see, there's actually two figures that can't quite make out what they're doing because of the distance and the lighting, but they're like you see one bend over and they're gesturing a lot as well.
Okay. But do they seem Trolloc sized?
No, actually, and since you can hear, you hear the faint human voices that are arguing about how much that they could get for any type of tokens.
Like bounty.
Yeah. Trolloc heads. There's one saying that it's better to take it to Saldea and collect a bounty on it. And the other one is arguing for Eridomen.
And it's nighttime now?
Yes.
This looks like some people looking to get a bounty on the Trollocs we killed.
Brigands. All right, I'm sorry, Choga. I didn't want to leave the camp unguarded if we went out there.
Well, I'll shout out to him.
What are you going to say?
Give an account.
Nah.
What are you doing? Skulking around in the night like a dark friend?
As they'll hell you and say that they didn't mean to be a bother, but someone left these Trollocs here and they're worth money.
Oh, well, help yourselves.
As they thank you and get to the task of cutting the heads off.
Okay.
Other than that, the night passes uneventfully. But the travel from here, it's pretty uneventful. So just let me know if you guys wanted to do anything until the 19th day.
No, I was just spending the time training his horse.
Okay.
To...
So the 15th day, or sorry, the 19th day, about midway through, you guys are traveling on the road and it's pretty barren. You're pretty close to Saldea, but as you approach, there are 6 people on the road ahead. As you come closer, they stop you, and one of them says, "Hail, travelers! I don't think that you guys are aware, but the roads ahead are quite impassable without a guide. For a modest fee, we'll be more than happy to help you."
Write them down.
Get out of the road. I won't say it again.
As,
We're in Saldea, right?
Yeah, well, not quite. You're almost there. You'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Get out of the road.
Okay.
I know what he
From
is.
Saldea? Where are you from? No.
Now, you can tell these ones are Saldaean.
yeah.
You've seen Saldaeans before.
Right.
Well, might as well sense motive them before. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'll just let Cho'Gath do his thing.
All right. Yeah. So he recognizes your look and tells you to be smart. There's 6 of them and only 4 of you, and you have a woman and a child.
I'm
No need to put them in danger.
A woman and a small cannon.
gonna level my lance.
I'll say that's a good point. I'll have all these ones sit out so it's a fair fight.
As
I'll charge.
okay. So
Cho'Gath is not a patient man.
You carry a small.
we'll do initiative.
So as far as these people, do they look like farmers or professional bandits or?
Yeah, they look like brigands.
Okay.
Oh, we have a history of brigands.
Yeah. And for my moral compass, slaughtering starving farmers is not.
Even if they are attempting to.
Well, there's a difference between trying to feed a starving family and making a life of crime.
Not
At
me.
least in Falk's eyes.
All right. Well, I'd say it's even worse for farmers to become brigands because they know how to grow food. So if they're so lazy they can't even be bothered to grow their own food.
Also, at some point, there's a chance that they were probably attacked by said brigands. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Adina,
13.
Cho'Gath,
9.
Falk,
18.
Rafe,
20.
Nice.
what's your dex?
15.
Okay.
Did Dill just beat everybody? Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Well, he rolled an 18, so...
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't shoot an arrow straight up a couple days ago, and it's coming down now.
So, we're going to give you your surprise there. They didn't really expect you to
Just
charge him. Yeah.
Good.
So, they're about 30 feet away from you guys.
Sounds like perfect charging distance.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll charge the leader.
Okay.
26.
That's a hit.
19 damage.
So, yeah, you... he had 10 hit points.
Yeah, I'll put it right through his face.
It's like Looney Tunes with you, man. You like get him through the chest, but it comes out the top of his head or something.
There's nothing more disgusting than highwaymen.
Especially on the borderlands where
Yeah.
there are real horrors
There's
to fight.
actual Trollocs around.
Okay, so...
I'm gonna find their families too.
yeah, you ride up and you put your lance through his face
Yeah,
and take his whole dang head off. Deal is going to follow up with an arrow to the one that was to the right of the. Can you what is that? Cleave?
That's a good
Since you
point.
killed him?
no.
No. Okay.
Well, I don't
You
know.
could cleave to something more than 5 foot away from you, right? Is that how lance works in this one, like a halberd?
Yeah.
So there is one within range.
I don't see how that would go. I don't
Did you continue to ride through?
Like another person. Yeah.
Well, he just wouldn't. You just wouldn't get the charge
Yeah.
stuff. You just get a normal attack against the other one as you poked him.
Well, the cleave is at the exact same
Bonuses.
bonuses, which includes the charge.
Yeah, dude, you just went through 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
then
in a line.
But you wouldn't get the bonus damage, is what I'm saying on it, because you're technically not charging anymore,
That's a
right?
good point.
You still might be able to. I think that'd be up to you on that one, John. He's still part of a charge, but he's
What does Cleve say?
not applicable to like light naval.
Right. Right, naval damage. What?
Doesn't even
It doesn't reference it anywhere else in the book. What are they talking about?
It says that it's with the same weapon and at the same bonus as the attack that dropped the previous creature.
But nothing about the damage. So I guess it's up to you, John.
Yeah. Though I mean, we'll treat it as the end of the charge. So I mean, you'd still be in it, as you'd. I don't really see where it would like just immediately stop.
And I regret your decision when he gets greater cleave.
Yeah.
Well, I got the same
Nice.
Okay.
24 or something like that.
So yeah,
To hit
you.
That's not the damage.
Oh, okay.
4. So 14 damage.
Okay. So yeah, you drop this one, not as severely as the last one.
He's
But
only
he's at a negative
dead,
4.
dead, not dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy was obliterated. So, okay. So, yeah, Dill will follow it up with the arrow, and drops out another one. Rafe.
I'll ready my bow and take a shot.
Okay. There's 3 left.
Yeah, any that aren't engaged currently.
None of them are.
Okay.
There are 2 that look pretty frightened, though.
I might as well dark ones on luck. 24,
It's a hit.
2 points of damage.
All right, you drop that one. It's amazing the stats that they give you for some of these, but it's Reef. So Falk, you are next. So you see Cho'Gath rides up and kills 2 of them. Dill and Rafe took another 2 with arrows.
Okay, I will try to run down one of the remaining 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
So charge. What is that?
9.
9, so 16?
It's a hit.
25.
All right, that obliterates this guy. He had 2 hit points. That's what it gave me.
Oh, I feel bad now.
This was one of the ones that looked extremely frightened. A young kid.
Well, it's over now for him.
So, Adina, there is one remaining.
That was their Dill.
Just...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If I embrace the source now, that's my turn. So
Okay.
I'm not going to do anything. I'll just let them.
Do you want to say anything?
run?
Okay.
Now's your chance.
Fly, you fool.
So yeah, with that,
3 day bars coming down.
It's their turn, and he looks from his companions back at you, and turns and starts running.
He should have bowed.
Cho'Gath, that brings it to you.
Okay, well, I'm inclined to let
He's
him
only 60 feet away.
die. I charge
Let him die.
because he's a dark friend.
He shouts that he swears that he lives in the light.
Oh, me life.
He just got in with a bad crowd. That's all.
21.
That's a hit.
He should have gotten out inside charging.
Do you
range.
under 10 damage on a charge?
18.
Yeah, he only had 6 hit points.
I could if I just rolled 2 ones. Yeah.
So
So you just severely cripple him instead.
he's at negative 12.
Nice.
It's encounters like these that make us disrespect all sources of authority in the world, and even question the creator himself.
Well, it doesn't matter because then we got the encounters with like a Fade or
Right.
Aes Sedai of some sort coming up where we get seriously disrespected.
Yeah, they do the same to us
Yeah.
that we do to these poor.
Bitter at the game master, thinking he's
Riggins.
cheating.
Yeah, well, he is.
These guys, if you want to search
Yeah, I
them,
wanna search
so they're using 3 of them were using clubs. The one that was talking had a longsword, and the other 2 had longbows.
Are there any masterworked heron marked clubs for
Yeah.
Rafe?
No.
Club.
They have... where are you?
Should get it painted gold.
They have a total of 18 marks between them.
Well, it's mine now. Well, I mean, it's ours now.
And, yeah. So,
4 marks.
4.5 marks apiece.
Yeah, 4.5 marks apiece.
the rest of the day passes, and night passes uneventfully. The next day, you'll make it into Saldea. So, do you want to do another forecast?
Yeah, sure.
When did you want to do that? So you had the first 2 weeks.
It'd be third week, beginning
Okay.
of the third week, and then, yeah,
So you're going to do third and fourth week in
third
your
week. Because it
yeah.
lasts 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. You get the weather from both
yeah.
weeks, right? Okay. So you can tell that coming up about the time that you hit Salvea that the weather is going to take a turn for the worst. There's going to be several severe snowstorms, and that it's going to be bitterly cold.
All right. So,
Even colder than before.
like, how long do we have?
Normally from here it would be about a week from the beginning of Saldea to the town, but with the weather that's coming up, you'll probably get delayed.
So we're not in Saldea yet?
So that would have been the third week. You would have
Okay.
still been in that disputed lands. If you'd like to, when you get to on this last week, because then you can do another forecast. And that's with the storms coming in. It seems like it will take you an extra week to get there because of the snow that's coming in.
How long until the storm hits?
It will start right at the time that you guys actually reach Saldea.
Okay.
That's when it starts to come in as overnight.
I think we need to push harder until we get to Saldea. Try to get there earlier, so that way we have a little bit of time on searching. So I'll say I'll talk to Cho'Gath and tell him that there's a storm coming about a week out.
Okay.
Right, John?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to be real bad.
Are there any villages inside Saldea?
Do a geography for anybody that has it.
Would Borderlands also work?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so Adina, what did you get?
9. I've been failing them all night.
Okay. You know that there's actually a town that in normal circumstances would be about 4 days ride. And you also know that in winter weather that the Saldeans start clearing the road from there to Meridon. So you know that if you make it there, that even if the storms are bad, you'll have normal travel conditions.
Right. So then I will tell that to the party that we need to start pushing now. We've got to make a week's worth of travel in 4 days. So we've got to start.
We have a 10-day week
Yeah.
in this world.
Yeah. 10-day week in this world. So are you guys trying to beat the storm then?
Yeah, so that way we
Okay.
can get there
It's
and still have
100
questioning time before it gets real bad.
44
and has to
hours.
hunker down.
To make up, or no, only 8 hours travel.
Yeah. So, you guys will have 10 days to try and make up that time, the extra days or time traveled, is if you can push it past your 8 hours.
Right.
Then you can hit Saldea before the storm hits.
Okay. We'll just do that then. Forced march, 24 hours a day.
It's pretty tough. I think you guys will pass out as soon as you.
If I can sleep in the cart, I could probably keep us all going for a bit.
I don't think we need to go that crazy.
Let's see how much I could do. So I could do 8 hours for us, where we just ignore the subdual damage, but I couldn't. I'd be over channeling real quick if I wanted to do it for the horses too.
Right.
Well, as we're doing the forced march, do we make the forts along with our horses?
Yeah. So a horse can be moved at a hustle. The damage that it would take, though, is normal damage. If you do a forced march with it, it automatically fails its constitution save.
So we can't force
And
march.
it takes normal damage.
We
So
can. We just not have to heal them.
let's see.
Yeah, we can do that. What is it, like 1d6 per?
So if you hustle, you can hustle for 1 hour a day without a problem. If you do it for an additional hour in the same day, causes 1 point of subdual damage, which the horse would take normal damage. And each additional hour causes twice the damage taken during the previous hour. So if you hustle...
So we hustle for 4 extra hours, it'd be 10 damage.
What is the movement of your horses?
I believe I'm on a light, so it's like 40, isn't it?
40?
Yeah.
Okay.
Light war
But
horse or
we'd
just
be
light horse?
slowed by the cart.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, the cart can go 16 miles a day.
So
Maybe we can ditch one by now.
The heavy war horse is the slowest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 50 feet.
So if you hustle, you can double that. You can, every hour. So every hour you would move 2 miles. If you hustle for an hour, you can get 4 miles instead of 2. So if you hustle for longer than that, then you can try and make up some of the time. So if you hustled for, what is that, like 5 hours, you could make up 10 miles, right? Yeah.
10 miles over what we would normally do.
Yeah, so you'd go 26 miles at that point.
And you said we can't do a forced march?
You can, but they'll take, they immediately fail their save, the horses do, and take the actual damage here. They're taking 1 damage, and then they take 2, and then they take 4, and then they take 8. The other one you're rolling the D6. I believe it's D6.
What page is that on?
109. Yeah, so if you do the forced march, it'd be 1d6 plus, or 1d6 points of damage for every failed check. So every hour it's going to be taking a d6. So what is that? The second hour would take 1 point. The third hour would be 2 points. The fourth hour would be 4 points, and then the fifth hour would be 8 points. So it'd be 15 points of damage total if you did the hustle for
4 hours.
5, because the first hour you don't take any damage.
Oh, hustle for 1 hour without a problem.
Well, I could probably heal the horses through all of that.
Okay, let's do it then. 5
So
hours.
if you wanted
do that every day.
You would need to do, what would it be, 10. You can try and get another 8 hours, or a total of 8 hours out of it if you wanted to.
No, 5 is fine.
But at 5 hours a day for that week, that should put you in that town by the time the storm hits, in which they'll be able to clear the roads to Meridon.
We're trying to get there before. Why are we heading to Meridon? Right?
It wasn't
Is
that
it on
the
the way?
capital?
Meridon is the capital
Okay.
of Saldea.
Yeah, that's the capital of Saldea.
We're just trying to get there before so we can do questioning without having a bunch of being snowed in.
You won't get snowed in if you reach the town that's before Meridon, because they clear the roads.
After that, they start clearing the road.
Yeah, if you didn't get to, if you just followed the normal travel, it would take you an extra week to
How
get.
bad is the storm that week? Because getting snowed in doesn't stop if you clear the roads. There's going to come a point where you can't clear the roads if it's a bad enough storm, like you were saying.
So
we
the
lose
reason
the
why
time.
you would get delayed is because they don't clear them after this town, right, or before this town from the border.
Okay.
So you get the storm comes through. You're not able to move the wagon through it easily, right? That would delay you throughout that period of time, since it would continue to snow. From the information that I have from the book, it says that they keep the roads cleared.
Okay.
If you make it there, so
it's basically a trigger. Either we make it there or we don't.
yeah, they pull out the snow plows. They pre-treat the roads.
Well, it doesn't take much
salt it.
snow to slow down or stop a wagon.
Wagon. Okay, yeah. So I guess it's really dependent on you just being able to heal the horses if you can.
All right. So how many hours or how many times am I going to need to do this?
10.
10?
Yeah, 10 days in a row.
7.
15 hit points per horse for 6 horses. Or for 5 horses and a mule.
Is that the total hit points I'm going to need to heal? Or is it just
15 per.
Yeah,
per cycle?
per horse.
Per horse per cycle.
Like each time it ticks, it's going to be 15 hit points.
No. 1 day would be 15 hit points total.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help me because I need to know how much per Is it just
Yeah,
one?
what did you
The first one, the first day, first hour that they actually take damage is 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Second
What's
hour,
the maximum?
15.
15.
In
The-
one tick?
in one day. Oh, in one tick is 8.
Yeah.
All right, because I need to know what weave slot levels need to get used.
It might be better to just wait till the end of day and then do it.
Not if they die before then.
Well, are any of the horses have lower than 15 hit points?
I have 19.
I think the lowest the horse has.
But
was
we're
like
not rolling a
22.
d6, so I guess we can do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can take care of them each day.
Okay.
And that was the reason for the hustle rather than the forced march,
Yeah.
was that it was a guaranteed amount rather than a d6.
Okay, so you guys push that final week at a pretty good pace, and you'll make it to the small village before the snows hit. You can find an inn there, and if you would like, you could even do gather information checks. Since you haven't really seen anybody but the brigands and some Trollocs.
Do I know enough about the women we're chasing after to possibly use the trace weave?
You've never met them. How much do you need to know? I guess. Let's take a look.
Where is it? I think it's conjunction. I believe. Yeah. So you sense the air about you for the presence or recent passage of a person you know or known to you. If the target is carrying a gift, which they're not, it increases it. If the target within range allowed by the casting level, you sense their presence in the general direction they're in. If the target is experiencing intense emotions, you can sense them at double the listed range. And yeah.
I don't really know what it would mean by person known to you. You know of them.
Yeah.
And you don't really know them. You don't know anything about them other than their name, their fake name, and that they're channelers. And so I don't know if you would quite know enough for that.
I'm fine with that, but known to me, like the way that's kind of worded, it seems like I could go like, I don't know, Angelina Jolie as she passed within, like, because she's known to me.
Yeah.
I don't know her, but I know of her.
That's a tough one. What do you guys think? Let's take a quick
never
poll.
seen them.
do a straw poll?
Just, I'd say think on it, because I'm basically tapped out for the rest of this day anyway. I would be tapped out at the end of each day.
Okay.
You think it's because they just didn't want you to be like,
I know of a person. And,
find the ultimate threat or something? Is the villain of this module pass near me?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I don't know. It's one of those, like, if it was Shadowrun, it would say, like, if you know their true name or something.
Yeah.
Has Ishmael passed this way?
Yeah.
Or it would leave it equally obscure and
Track the dark one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, gather information checks when you reach the town, if you would like.
I got an 18.
18 for Cho'Gath Adina
23.
and Falk.
I can do gather information.
Rafe,
14.
what did you want to do?
I will try and find some local authorities and tell them about some brigands we dispatched along the Saldean border.
Okay. There's no real... I mean, it would be like
a local magistrate or mayor
yeah,
or
like
something like that.
a village council.
So if you find one guy that looks like he was hit by a ballista...
3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was, thank you for handling the the brigands, as ever since the trouble down south. That's all there seems to be anymore. Says that if the Trollocs haven't gotten to the bodies by the time that snow's clear, then they'll look into it.
Oh, is that Time's dispersing army?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That would make sense.
For the gather information peoples, you can learn that about 2 days ago, the women that you're looking for passed through here. So you've gained on them.
Okay.
They're still heading in the direction of Meridon, though.
Okay.
Well, are we going to stay in this town?
You can. I mean, it is evening by the time you guys get there, and the horses are pretty beat.
Yeah. I say we stay the night, and if we're able to, we'll just keep doing this tomorrow
Yeah, I think we ought to leave
early.
the cart
Oh,
behind. I think we've probably used
Yeah.
enough
Probably
of them
most of it.
to-
You guys only have a few days till you get to Meridon, so they'll arrive within a day.
And it wasn't expensive.
No, it was like 15 marks. I
And
think.
without it, we could go even faster.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
not like we need to actually do anything with these women, just keep tabs on them, right?
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
I needed a
Well,
charge.
Yeah. You can. Right. We're just supposed to report, I believe.
for now, you'll probably be watching, and you haven't gotten any other direction since Nadira had asked you to intervene in the pan art.
Yeah. So as long as we are able to keep tracking them, I guess we probably could slow down a little bit, not let them get suspicious. Yeah.
Okay.
So the night tonight and the next few days of travel will pass pretty uneventfully. There is some adverse weather, but again, the actual roadway is cleared. So on the third day, you will arrive at Meridon. The city of Meridon rests at the top of a series of gently rolling hills, a fortress city with high walls surrounding it on all sides. Its tan-colored stone buildings with slat roofs look at one with the land around it, especially under a thick blanket of winter snow. The buildings of Meridon are well maintained and elegant in design, simply built, but with understated curves, scrolling, and other decorative touches that make the city seem welcoming despite its forbidding initial appearance. One thing you notice right away, there are no refugees or homeless people out here, as everybody is doing something. The city itself is pretty full, though, especially with the increased raids that have been going on and the snow's coming in. Cho'Gath, you know, just like back in Shinar, there's always something to be doing in the Borderlands. So there's never really an idle pair of hands for very long.
Right.
Day in the Borderlands. Is
You know that any male Saldaean in the city with no profession is assigned into the army. If they're physically unable to serve in a fighting unit, they're put to work doing simple labor and administrative tasks, whichever would suit them most. Refugee women serve in support positions, sewing uniforms, and managing civilian efforts. So what would you like to do upon arrival?
Let's turn around and go back.
Why don't we just charge west into the
You
sea?
weren't really taking approved leave, were you?
Don't worry, you wake up and it's all a dream.
Right.
I guess we could just stop at the first inn on the way in and
Start gathering information.
yeah, unless there's like a chance. Like, no, I don't think they'd probably use them being Dark Sisters.
Didn't Meridon have the those big gates? Is that that was the city that was designed to be sacked, basically, right? And then they would close it up and.
Well, all the Borderlands cities were like designed for retreating battles. Right?
Wasn't there one in was it New Spring that land goes through?
I don't know.
Where I mean, it's huge gates.
Meridon is in the 13th book or the 12th.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting
you know
confused.
when Rand like defends it single-handedly.
Yeah,
That's Meridon.
okay.
It gets messed up though prior to him showing up.
This is where Rodel Ilteralda
was holding out.
holds it for years against a million Trollocs, and it was a pretty good fight scene, man.
I'd like to see that in game terms, just like
I think that if the Amazon does this right, I mean, those towards the end, especially something like that, would be pretty. I think that'd be pretty neat to see.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't. The budget's got to be out of control.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's insane.
I don't know if they can do as well with that as Game of Thrones did on HBO with the battle between Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah.
That was a pretty incredible battle, and the dragon battle in this last season.
Yeah. It should be pretty fun to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys want to stop at the first inn?
Yeah,
And
like right off the main trail, essentially.
okay. Let's see.
Okay. And go now. Try to find mine. No, we got some time.
Do you think travelers are allowed to go up on the wall?
I doubt it.
Find your hand.
I'm gonna go ask.
Just to see what it looks like.
Yeah, and to see. Well, I've never been this close to the blight before, so
Yours.
How close is the blight from here?
I don't know.
Like, isn't like Shinar
Quite a
the
ways away.
one that's really getting effed over because they're closer to?
Where they hold Tarwin's Gap.
Yeah,
It's like the
and they still had to travel a bit north to
Yeah.
to it. Where it starts.
I think you have a mountain
So,
range
I
that
think
keeps them from.
Saldea is the furthest from the blight of the
Yeah.
Borderlands.
So Meridon here, and then they have the Mountains of Doom.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
I remember reading they don't actually get raided that often.
yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to like see the mountains of doom, but
Well, you probably would
probably
if
Well, it
you were
looked
up
like they
there.
were all the same. It's just
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
reason why Shinar's so crazy is because it has Tarwin's Gap, and that's like a natural.
Pass.
It's not until
Natural
they
pass,
start
yeah.
portal stoning them or waygating them in that
Yeah.
all the other ones it becomes a huge problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, being able to actually see where the blight is
Yeah.
I would assume would be
'Cause,
something.
I'd imagine if you get up on the walls, you could probably see in the distance.
Yeah,
the
that's-
mountains there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping to do if they'll let me up on the walls.
I don't think there was any restrictions, right?
It was like you can't. It's probably the
And you
normal
can-
Borderland ones. You
Yeah.
can't be hooded.
I'd say
Yeah.
it would come down to whether or not it was like a,
What guys do you have?
oh crap, like a military sanctioned area essentially, or a town guard area, which the wall might be because it's a place that you would want to take care of if you were going to do anything to.
I'm sure that if you ask, show enough interest in possibly joining,
Lay that Andor accent on thick.
yeah, in joining their army. Not that you have to, but you can probably get a look at it.
I'll try and trade some stories with some of the guardsmen of the Trollocs that we've faced, and
There might even be a couple buildings in town near
Yeah.
that area tall enough. I don't know what type of
just-
city Maradon is.
anywhere I can get high enough to where I can actually look.
They
in-
won't believe that you've encountered Trollocs.
Trollocs are stories.
Trollocs are a myth.
All right, so you guys can find an inn.
Oh, here. Okay, let's go. I got this. So from now on, we go over in this. Whoever finds the first
I don't know what theme the inns followed in the Borderlands. I don't think they stated any inns.
Just call it the spicy pepper.
You could also go with some
don't they do winter
nihilism.
peppers up there or something?
They're
Ice
like
peppers.
Idaho.
peppers, yeah.
They're only is known for one thing.
Potatoes.
Yeah.
And they're proud of it, too.
Yeah.
All right.
The popper's pepper.
Yeah. So you have no trouble finding an inn here. Are you guys going to do gather informations
Yes.
here? Okay. Go ahead.
22.
10. Let's walk in. Anybody seen women?
That guy's been out in the
Following.
blight for a long time.
Following women. You seen them?
You're put into chains immediately. Rafe.
10.
Okay, so yeah, you guys.
Right, the same thing. Yeah,
You
I'm
guys-
looking for women, too.
I'd like some women too, guys.
Looking for a girl, for a young girl.
I got these manacles.
When I find them, I'll know what to do. So, Adina, you're the only one that gets some information. So you learned that
What?
that two sisters. One thing that you know with the Borderlands, and you've probably heard in the tower, is that in the Borderlands, the Aes Sedai travel a bit more freely. Some even wearing their shawls, so they're also more recognizable here than in other places because of the amount of travel they do back and forth. These ones have donned shawls, though, and presented themselves as sisters. So they got here 2 days ago. They don't know where they went afterwards. They stopped in looking for a room and then moved on. But they haven't seen him in a couple days. You, Cho'Gath, and Wraith find out that you're told that the Aes Sedai went to Tanipa's palace.
Oh,
You
okay.
really thought it was in there?
As
So simple.
that's
Wait, I see it.
where you also learn that Mazrim Tame, the false dragon, is being held. Says that they're there to gentle him and take him back to the tower.
Where were all mine?
Good.
You also can find out this information if you'd like.
I'll demand an audience with the queen.
Okay, that's perfect.
You guys remember that time many years ago when Travis made fun of us for the way we played role-playing games? Because we were in a town.
Which time was that?
Well, I can't specifically remember, but we were chasing after some guy, and we got to a town, and we said, let's go talk to the Lord. And you're like, you guys, just imagine going to Boise and being like, I want to talk to the mayor right now.
So
Kind of work though. Can't we
Yeah, I
just
suppose.
kinda go talk to the mayor?
Who were we chasing?
okay, so you
Jack
also
It
hear
could have been Jack Black, yeah. That dastardly fellow.
Adina. You hear that two additional rumors. One is that Taniba and the Aes Sedai that are at the palace have been quarreling about her refusal of an Aes Sedai counselor. And also that Elitis Sedai is in charge of bringing Tame back to the White Tower. She is supported by Kraylin, who are both Red Sisters.
And these are the women we've been chasing, or are these just other Aes Sedai?
You know them as other Aes Sedai.
Okay.
Did you say Elena?
With the line of questioning you guys have, you're convinced these are the Aes Sedai you're chasing, right?
Right.
you guys, Cho'Gath, you find out that daughter of Marshal General Davram Bashir ran away recently. Some say she ran off with a Domani trader, while others speculate she wanted to become a hunter of the Horn. Bashir was largely responsible for the defeat of Tame as well. And Rafe, you hear a lot of things. You hear about the Bashir's daughter. You also hear about Taniba fighting with the Aes Sedai. You hear as well that Tame's been refusing food for the last few days, and there's speculation that the Aes Sedai would have to hurry if they want to get him back to Tar Valon alive. Also, that 4 of Tame's supporters were hanged 3 days ago when they tried to attack the Aes Sedai in the streets. They were hanged for being dark friends. That's all the information that you guys can gather, though.
Okay. So what more information is required, Adina?
You said that these Aes Sedai are the same ones that we're chasing, or do I know that they're different?
They're convinced that these are the same ones. You know that they're not.
Okay, so...
You know that there was a delegation that had been sent out here. Okay. You know that none of the ones that you had been following were red.
They're not. We need to keep searching for the women that we seek. These...
I'm sorry, I'm convinced.
You can surmise that it might be possible that the other 2 would drop in.
Yeah.
Especially, they have to get close to Tame.
Yeah.
With the way that they were talking.
I have to be careful about getting close to other Aes Sedai, too.
I think there's like a 20% chance that they could be Black Gotcha.
I think it's higher.
It's like 1 in 5 or
This is
something.
a pretty high chance.
For what?
For the Reds?
How much?
How many Black
Gotcha there were?
Well, wasn't there a huge portion of the Reds?
Yeah, somebody did the math. It's like 1
Wasn't
in
like
5.
80% or something.
Both the
like
blue
that?
and the red were very high.
Yeah.
In Black Gotcha.
So they probably are, honestly, then.
Okay, well then there's no trouble killing them.
We'll save some headache in the books if we get a light at you.
You learn that there's you all have learned that there is a total of 8 Aes Sedai in the palace guarding Tame.
All right, so I guess we should probably find a different inn and just rest up for a bit, and I think I'll pin a letter back to that innkeep that Sheena Seti said I could contact her through.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'll kind of like sort of code it where it's something along the lines of like on a whim, I felt the need to return home to Eridoman soil. I hope you haven't forsaken me. Like that, like working that stuff in, and then say that something along the lines of like sometimes the fox hides amongst hens in the chicken coop or something like that. Hoping that she kind of picks up on that right now up in Meridon, that we kind of have a bunch of Aes Sedai around, and that the Black Sisters have been kind of lost to the hustle and bustle of that.
Okay. You also know, it's not like you cannot be out of the tower, right? With the rules for the game, at least, apparently initiates are sent on various tasks, especially if they're closer to becoming Aes Sedai.
But I don't have my mentor with me.
Yes, as that would be the only thing that they could immediately know that you are in the wrong about. Whether you want to take the chance with any type of punishment that they might have for you is up to you.
I would prefer to just not make myself known to any of them, and hopefully find the women we're after. So that's what I'll be doing, is putting feelers out. Maybe see if I could get someone in the palace, give them some descriptions.
Okay.
In addition to trying to get up on the walls to see the Mountains of Doom, I'm also going to play kind of the tourist and ask if there's any way I could see the false dragon.
So you cannot see the false dragon, but you can get an escort onto the walls.
No, like
But-
if people know the path
Oh,
that they'll be bringing him when they take
Kind of like how they brought Logain through Camelin.
Oh yeah.
no,
They're
that's
gonna
not going to happen here.
Okay.
There are so many tame supporters about, and since they've actively been attacking not just the Aes Sedai, but also people out in the countryside and in town, they're not going to give them a procession through. From what you can gather, they're going to pretty much wait till the weather clears up and then try and sneak him out and get a head start on anybody who's going to try and
probably
free
gonna
him.
throw me in a cell as a supporter.
right.
But that's a good point because they're probably here after Tame, perhaps.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm just kind of playing the.
yeah, I know.
Wait, there's another false dragon? I want to see the false dragon.
but I'll go. Aha, good idea.
Yeah, so you do get. Who are you asking? this
Well,
of?
I'm
guy named
guessing I'd
Sam.
probably be asking the same guards that,
The guards,
like
okay.
as I'm being escorted up to the walls or wherever, so I can see the mountains of doom.
So yeah, you get told this. They wait to really answer until the walls, but when you get up there, a runner is sent as well, and an officer is brought over, and they're going to question you,
Okay.
make sure that you're not dragon sworn or a dark friend.
No, but I will tell them that I was near Fall May and I saw someone battling the Dark One, and I will tell them all of the cool stuff that I've seen.
That they don't think that's very cool. They just put down a false dragon.
I know, but like I got to see Logain. I want to see.
Yeah.
I'm just an adventurer and explorer, and
He's just a simple country bumpkin.
Plus, he wants to
with a
level
really
up channeler.
good ability to skewer people with a lance.
You're just a simple country bumpkin dressed in the armor.
Of an Ilionaire.
Yeah.
I don't have the armor of an Ilionaire. I just mimic the Lancers.
No, you bought
So,
the armor.
yeah, you
from
bought their
Alien
armor.
See what happens when I miss a game session?
Yeah, you. Well, you said that you wanted armor.
No, when I never bought any new armor. I'm still wearing my leather armor. I bought new clothes that were a bit
that's
nicer,
right. Yeah.
but and
So
I
basically, you're telling us that you don't look at it all like we think you do?
no, I've got my 2 swords. I've got my lance. I'm wearing my leather armor.
So he's Kandori. That's
Basically,
what
yeah.
it looks like is Kandori.
Yeah, they'll spend a few hours like grilling you pretty hard
Okay.
on that, but as long as you don't
I'm not going to try to
express
lie.
any intent to lie to them or any wish to
so
see him
ask him-
free, then
What would be the best way to break Tame free? Not because you plan on doing it, but
you just want to know for a friend.
just to know what you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be like, oh well, what I would do.
If there have to be 2 dark friend Iacetes, where would they be?
You're gonna make my character go gray before time.
Well, I'm going to tell Adina that my plan is to search about for the taverns that the palace guard spends their times at after their ship's over, and just overhear.
Okay.
Just listen in.
That's a good plan, Shogun.
You'll probably see me being escorted out of that guard tower.
No, I don't need to keep Rafe with you because he just gets you in more trouble.
I don't
Well,
really see
I'll
that I'm
ask
in trouble.
Rafe if he wants to go with me.
Yep.
Don't let him get you in trouble. He is a troublemaker.
I don't see that in him. He seems like an upstanding fellow. He's good to have in a fight.
He's corrupted, Falk.
He's memorized all the sayings I make up on the spot.
I repeat him.
And I'm teaching him how to do swordsmanship wrong. As a joke.
A mighty lark.
You have me like Like I hold it like this so the blade's like against my arm, and I do all my slashes like.
You actually hold the blade when you go to draw it.
Because you gotta cut yourself every
callus,
time you draw the sword.
Yeah, well, the sword can't be put away until blood's been drawn, so you're just preempting that. But once you build your calluses up,
it's like an appetizer. For the sword, you give a little bit of blood so it thirsts for more.
Or kind of like oiling, like a blade or something like that. It makes it easier to
stab into other people.
Yeah.
And never sharpen it, no matter what.
Yeah, the nicks make it more dangerous. A dull blade cuts 1,000 times worse than a sharp one.
Okay. So what you overhear is you overhear a lot of talk amongst the soldiers about the plans to move Tame. Apparently they're expecting the storm to break soon, and there's been an order to secure the southern road, make sure that no one can leave town that way so that they can't ambush Tame and the Aes Sedai. You hear talk of Aes Sedai, but and some of it's a little bit of drunken grumbling, just at not putting Tame down right away. Mm-hmm. But you don't hear, I guess, really any specifics on anybody described as who you're looking for. But and that's other than the fact that Tame is under pretty heavy guard. That's about all the information that you gather. They're going to close down the southern exit to the city until a day after the delegation leaves.
Right.
And that he's heavily guarded.
Okay. Well, that's more information than I come in here with.
Now Rafe is much, much drunker as well.
I'm not a drunkard. You are.
Yeah, you do all sorts of crazy stuff when you get the drink in you, Falk.
That's why I don't drink.
Except for when you don't show up. Your character goes nuts.
I don't think Rafe's ever gotten him drunk when
I don't think so.
Justin's actually not there.
No.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know.
No, it didn't happen.
You know, all the crazy stuff is also at your Justin.
I think that was mainly, was that Maine?
Yeah, when
where you got
he told
drunk
me that it
and
wasn't
pierced.
really alcohol or something like that, and then it snowballed.
Oh, right, because you didn't drink alcohol, so we switched it to wine or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And then it ended me with me drunkenly getting my ear pierced.
Yep. And
So you
then,
could get on board the ship.
so you could get
Yeah,
on board the ship.
Because it was the only way to get on board the ship. Yeah.
You do what it takes. That's what I like about you.
Are you drunk
No.
too? Okay.
Well,
With power.
yeah. With the power of the lance.
You just charged through the streets and...
All right, so that was just what I could overhear. What I was hoping to do, and why I brought Rafe with me, is to find a person who's maybe a little past drunk, but also, has an insignia of some rank, not necessarily the Lord Captain General, but somebody with some rank, and actually go, buy him some ale and talk with them and just see if we could steer the conversation to particularly the individual Aes Sedai that are at the palace, right? Not even necessarily in a sneaky way, but I met Aes Sedai one time. It was two that looked like whatever.
Okay.
But I can't do that.
Yeah.
Rafe is going to have
So
to.
Rafe's the one. All right.
He's known all sorts of women. In fact, he knew these two.
So,
And I'll buy him drinks,
okay. Later in the evening, we'll say the inn that soldiers frequent quite often is pretty packed.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have your pick. Yeah, there's typically not one drinking alone,
Right.
right? And they're all in groups. From what you can gather, this is one of the groups that pretty much only handles guarding tame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they have a almost their own little garrison for it right now, as they're supposed to be the elite of Davram Bashir's forces.
Yeah, well, good enough. I don't need them to be alone. I fit in with these type of folks, because I'm a soldier too. So,
But you receive a pretty good welcome here.
and I'll just butter them up a bit about how, they got the best light cavalry and blah blah blah. Not the best heavy cavalry,
Yeah.
but the best light cavalry, and how good of a job they did capturing this false dragon. Better job than the Gildeans did with theirs.
Compare great captains.
Right.
Yeah.
Bashir's good general, but it's got nothing on Agelmar.
It might not be the best way to go about it.
Well, that's one of those arguments
Yeah.
that could never have an actual.
Yeah, as I think
fights,
everybody, anytime two Borderlanders meet, that's usually the first conversation, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the first conversation immediately after they do the, what is it, like the Predator
Yeah.
handshake?
And
where they
then all
both
the,
flex.
Tida Shar, Shannara, and
Right. Pushing too many pencils down in Saldea.
they
far
even
from
kill
the
your
Borderlands.
Trollocs a couple days or a couple weeks back.
Picking too many
You're
peppers.
getting sloppy.
Okay, so yeah, so you can find a table that has actually 3 officers sitting at it, and they're all drinking and having a good
I'll
relaxing time.
I'll take over a barrel of ale. How much does that cost?
A barrel of ale?
50 gallons.
Jesus.
How many gallons is in a barrel?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think they're... What do you think, Barry? 20?
Maybe 50.
25?
I'll just take
I'd
over.
probably say like 10. And a barrel...
Well, you've got different sizes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you've seen like the
We have
that
like
is
the
50
10-gallon
gallon.
drums that they use for like oil and almost
Yeah,
everything else
something-
these days.
Something like that.
So
59
that's why I would
gallons.
think it would be like an 8 to 10 gallon.
59 gallons.
I'll do the 10. Like a cask.
Oh, no, that's
I got one that says
full
43
barrel.
gallons,
This
but it's
one
not like a
says-
need a oak
32 gallons.
Well, I think
This
they
one's
have
oak.
casks in here.
I'll go into the cellar or whatever and turn on all the taps on the ale barrels
Gotta be careful, your party members will leave you.
and then run out.
Come on. Authentic whole oak wine barrel. Let's see. Doesn't have any freaking about this item. It's a whole oak wine barrel.
Yeah, so a
Finnegan
gallon
Brewery.
of ale is 2 silver pennies, so I'll just take over, like a 10-gallon jug or whatever, cask.
Let's see. It's 129 pounds.
Yeah, have them bring it out to the table.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it would be standardized in a time period that this mirrors, right?
Yeah, I would say that they would
Look, I don't want to get into
they could probably
might
just
should
bring
have.
one of their kegs out and
Yeah, I'll just
buy
tap 10
it. Yeah.
gallons of ale.
59 gallon capacity.
yeah.
Well, it depends on
So
what they're
it-
doing.
you-
If they're
I mean,
aging
you
it,
get
it's-
some-
You get bigger and bigger.
You get some stares and raised eyebrows, except for the innkeeper who's, well, why don't you buy 2? I mean,
Yeah.
Discount after the third one.
yeah.
Slice his head off.
And apparently the UK beer barrel.
But
I'll
they
announce
gallons
that I'm
bigger.
a dark friend.
okay.
That's nice.
Scrawl the dragon's fang on my forehead.
So things have taken a turn in the inn wave.
A sentence in there.
The innkeeper was trying to sell Cho'Gath some wine. He cut his head off and then announced that he was a
away
dark
for
friend
1
and
second.
scrawled the dragon's fang into his own
great.
forehead.
Adina's
then
going to
had to
think this is my fault.
Burn himself down, so he stuck a torch in his mouth.
Yeah.
This is why you don't.
So
drink
everybody's
hot choco.
surprised here.
Including me.
Yeah, I think including Cho'Gath. I think
Yeah.
the character isn't understanding why that might have happened. It's like there's some unseen actor.
So we got about 10 minutes till time. Do you want to call it here and proceed with this next time, or do you want to try and knock it out?
No, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.